Hey friends, Ash here, hope you're doing well. Today I'm gonna be talking to you guys about two Lattafa fragrances that I picked up a couple weeks ago, Art of Nature 1 and 2. Can't wait for Art of Nature 7. I feel like that's really gonna be when they nail it down. And I'm also gonna be giving away a full presentation of Art of Nature 2 as well. I went ahead and picked up an extra one for you guys. So these are part of Lattafa's Pride line, and as you can see, there's a lot going on with the presentations here, especially the bottles. It's fine. Do I have the correct? No, I've got them backwards. Yeah, just like that's perfect. So I'm gonna let you guys know what these smell similar to, whether they're worth the price, which is roughly 45 bucks or so as of this video, just the whole rundown. Also, each one of these is gonna be linked in the description, so feel free to check them out down there. And in case you shop at JOMASHOP, Fragflex, the Perfume Box, any of these other stores, here's some codes you can use to save money at those stores. I bought mine from JOMASHOP and I did use my own code to buy them, so yeah, it worked for me, it'll work for you. Let's go ahead and kick things off by taking a look at the presentation of each one of these. We're gonna start right here with Art of Nature 1. So each one of these has a slip cover. As you can see, it's got a camel on the front of Art of Nature 1. You have the name of the fragrance, size, and concentration. It is an eau de parfum. You have Lattafa up top. On the back, you have the sticker of authenticity, your ingredient information, and on the bottom, your badge code. And within that box is this box, which is an absolute fingerprint magnet. So I'll show this one to you really quickly. Yeah, see that? Just fingerprints galore. It has a mirrored finish to it until you hold it, and I'll clean it up and show you how it looks non-fingerprinted, but understand that it's gonna just look like this basically, unless you're constantly going around cleaning it off with a microfiber cloth. On the front there, you have the name of the fragrance, name of the house, size, and concentration, and then it opens up like so, and then your bottle sits down inside here. And here we have the bottle. It is highly decorated on the front. You have a camel that's popping out like this coppery looking metallic camel. You have the name of the fragrance on the bottom along with the size. Has kind of a pixelated look to it, the way that it's painted on the front there, but still really cool, eye-catching, and a little bit tacky. But overall, I think it looks nice. Definitely different, definitely unique. On the bottom, you have a sticker, and on top of the cap there, you have Lattafa Pride on one side and Lattafa on the other. We'll hold off on the sprays until we check out the next one. Here is Art of Nature 2. Pretty much everything is the same other than the design on the front where you have two horses instead of the camel, and everything else is the same as over here. Same deal with the box as well. I think it's a slightly different shade compared to Art of Nature 1, but really similar overall, and same kind of thing. Opens up, bottle fits in there. Now here is the bottle for Art of Nature 2. This one is a different bottle shape compared to Art of Nature 1. So Art of Nature 1 is more of a square shape. This one is a little more rectangular. I'm not sure why they didn't just go with the same bottle shape, but they're different. And the same things I said about Art of Nature 1, you can say about Art of Nature 2 in terms of how it looks. A little pixelated, especially down at the bottom where they have 100 ml eau de parfum, but still eye-catching, definitely unique, and overall, I think it looks pretty cool. Same deal with the sticker on the bottom and the cap. All right, let's go ahead and get a couple tester strips, do some sprays. First up, Art of Nature 1. Here we go. A few sprays there, sit that here, and now Art of Nature 2. There we are. Whew, a lot of stuff right here. I don't keep up very much with TikTok. I technically have one, but I don't really spend a whole heck of a lot of time on there. Apparently, Art of Nature 2 has been getting a lot of hype, and this one is a clone of Parfums de Marly's Altair. So we'll switch things up and talk about 2 first and then talk about 1. First things first, is Art of Nature 2 a good clone of Altair? It is. It's really, really well done. Is it better than Liquid Brun, which is of course this one from French Avenue / Fragrance World? Well, they're different but the same. So what do I mean by that? Well, they're both obviously clones of PDM Altair. They're both similarly priced. This one maybe a few bucks less than the Lattafa right now, but still similar enough. And they're both great alternatives to Altair. So this is not one of those things where you smell one and you go, oh, it's way better, the other one is trash. That's not what's going on. If you own this already, honestly, this is gonna be pretty redundant, and vice versa also. But they do have differences, especially in the opening in the first part of the mid, and there is one of these two that I think is a little better than the other overall. So when you first spray these on, as I said, the opening is to me where they're the most different, you're gonna have more of a warm sweetness, you know, that praline vanilla kind of mixture in Liquid Brun. Art of Nature 2 is actually a little bit almost fresher off the top compared to Liquid Brun. You get more of that orange blossom popping through in the Lattafa versus the French Avenue. The Lattafa is a little bit more sugary, as I said, a little bit fresher, and that's gonna be because of those fruits that it has off the top, whereas Liquid Brun is going to be more warm, spicy, rich, sweet, and decadent. As they dry down through the mid, you still pick up a little bit more of that kind of floral aspect, soft floral aspect around the edges in the Lattafa, whereas this one stays more warm, sweet, spicy forward even when compared to the Lattafa. So you have those differences through the opening and into the mid, but honestly, when you hit the dry down, they're pretty much the same. Liquid Brun, Art of Nature 2, even going side by side, close up, nah, nobody's gonna really find a difference. I mean, you have to be splitting the tiniest of hairs at that point to be like, well, it's clearly better over here than versus there. No, in the dry down, 6 half dozen. Who cares? So ultimately, which one is better is gonna be dependent on your own personal taste, what you want to go for, what attracts you more, what you think smells better. For me, I like Liquid Brun a little bit more. I think that it captures more of what Altair is, if we're just talking straight up one-to-one. Again, they're both really, really close. Neither of these is a bad choice. It's just where this one has that different take on the opening and the first part of the mid. You could call it a twist that Lattafa's put on it. It brings it in a slightly different direction at that part. I mean, it's still clearly Altair. You're not gonna spray this on and be confused about what it is. It takes a different tact to that opening. And for my own personal taste, Liquid Brun is a little bit more of what I like. That being said, once again, you cannot go wrong with Art of Nature 2. Really well done, high quality. As soon as you spray it on, you can smell it. No funky alcohol stuff going on. Nothing sticks out or anything like that. This starts to be almost like where Lattafa came out with Kamra, and everybody really loved Kamra and got that one, and then a whole bunch of other fragrances came out afterwards that were kind of similar to Angel Share or Gisa Sava, and it was like, well, which one do you go for? You know, because I already have Kamra. Should I get this one? Should I get that one? Should I get this one? Should I get that one? Kind of a similar thing is happening here. There's a little difference between the two. Is it enough to, you know, go out and buy this and then buy the next one, buy the next one? Probably not. I think if you already have Liquid Brun, you're good. If you don't have Liquid Brun, it just depends on which style you like more, but once they hit the dry down, it's 6 half dozen, so again, not a big deal. Now let's go over here to Art of Nature 1. So when this one came out, it was like an Oud Maracuja clone is what a lot of people were saying. That being said, when you smell this up next to Oud Maracuja, they're doing different things. And that one's by Maison Crivelli, forgot to say. It's kind of one of those deals where I think they took inspiration from Oud Maracuja, right? So they were like, okay, here's this, but now let's turn it and twist it and change it and make it into its own thing, which is pretty much what this is. So if you go into this and you're expecting it to be like a one-to-one with Oud Maracuja, you're probably gonna be disappointed because it does, especially through the mid, have very different vibes. And it's a little bit difficult actually to start talking about Oud Maracuja versus this one, right? Because they really start to do their own thing. And so it starts to be like, well, lots of stuff is different at this point, so there's no point in doing a comparison. So I'll kind of just talk about it as its own thing really quickly. So it opens up with fruits. You have black currant in there, you have fig and plum. It's not as immediately sugary sweet as Oud Maracuja is, because that one has more of like a sugary tinged sweet pop with bits of florals and spices in there. As it starts to dry down, you get rhubarb in here, which is going to add to that tangy aspect that it has. It has leather as well, which is one of the more prominent notes. The oud is not like an overly funky oud or anything like that, but there is this kind of underlying almost spiciness that goes along with the oud, and it's just kind of an odd sensation that it gives you when you smell it. It's hard to describe really for me. It's like a little fruity, but then like somewhat dank behind that, and then this creamy bit of sweetness that comes through, smooth woods as well. And it's quite unique, actually. I know, like I said, it's been compared to Oud Maracuja, but you know, side by side, that's not what this is. It's something that, for some people, that's gonna hit really well. And they're gonna smell it and be like, man, great quality, great performance, a unique scent profile, low price. For other people, they are gonna smell that and it's gonna turn their stomach, because as you head through the opening into the mid, that sort of, that, again, somewhat odd, like accord that it has behind everything, kind of pops through, and it's like a little bit sour at times, and then other times, creamy sweet. So it's one that I would say is not a safe blind buy compared to a lot of other scents out there. It's one where you have to be okay with that, understand that, you know, maybe it might remind you vaguely of Oud Maracuja, but then it does its own thing, and you have to be okay going along for that ride. This one is gonna be a lot safer, obviously. I mean, this is a very obvious Altair clone. Like I said, extremely well done. Just a little different than this one, but really just in the opening in the mid. Dry down, who cares, same stuff. Let's go ahead and do the giveaway. This is Art of Nature 2. Like I said, still sealed and everything. All you have to do to be entered in the giveaway is like the video, be subscribed to the channel, leave a comment below. And in the comment, just let me know your favorite pickup of the year, the fragrance that you bought this year that you liked the most. That's all you gotta do. In a couple weeks, I'll pick a winner with random comment picker, and I will post that winner up on the community tab of the channel. And if you're the winner, all you have to do is get in touch with me, send me your shipping info, and I will get this out to you. So there we go, guys. Art of Nature 1, Art of Nature 2. Quality, great on both of these. Love the presentation style. A little tacky, but I like it, other than the fingerprint magnet. We'll see if this catches on as much as Liquid Brun. It's, again, one of those things where it's like the first one that comes out with something that's just absolutely fantastic. Everybody else is playing catch up as far as like alternatives to very popular fragrances. And this is its own thing, honestly. This is not really much of a clone. It's kind of like a creation fragrance. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.